Hey there, Scorpio. How are you this evening? My name is Sherilyn, and I'm here to do your weekly reading. This one is going to be for July 8th through the 11th. I'll be back on Wednesday. So this is for Monday through Thursday. I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings to get you through the weekend. Okay, that's the whole situation there. We're just going to see what cards Spirit wants to bring out and see what we'll look into them. Okay, that's how we're doing this. Okay, here we go. This one's for my Scorpios. Scorpios. Alrighty, here we go. Where are we starting? The whole deck's upside down, I bet. Okay, here we go. Let's start. We're starting with the Fool, and then the Nine of Cups. And then we've got the Five of Cups. So this is your backstory or your recent past. Currently, I have you with the Three of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. In the near future, I'm looking at the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Star. All right, bottom of the deck for this reading is the Four of Wands. So the undercurrent to this entire reading has to do with the fact that this is a destined situation, basically. That I believe that we're speaking of some sort of a romantic relationship, and this is definitely a relationship that is, between two higher level soulmates. Okay, this was intended to come together. Is how I see this. So that is the undercurrent here. The card at the center of your read, however, is the King of Wands. So it would stand to reason, male or female, it seems to me that this is who you're dealing with, is the King of Wands. I believe you're coming through down here as the Empress, and that you're also the Queen of Cups, so that's how you're presenting at a certain time here. But I think the King of Wands is who you are dealing with. So it's somebody who's charismatic, natural-born leader, a lot of fun to be around. When it's good with them, it's great. They're always up for a new adventure. Unfortunately, they love the chase, and they are almost impossible to actually tie down. Okay, they have a real issue at times with with commitment, I guess you could say. Okay, but at any rate, this is who's at the center of your read. So from almost every direction, he somehow plays into the equation. Doesn't have to be a he, though. It's just somebody in masculine energy is what we're talking about here. Okay. So at any rate, we'll see how these two cards play in over the next 4 days or whatever over the next week. So we'll start here with the recent past. So we get your backstory. I've got the Fool, the Nine of Cups, and the Five of Cups. So the Fool would say you took a leap of faith, or it's about taking a leap of faith in a new direction usually. Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment, and the Five of Cups is about a sense of loss and regret. Put together, I would say in the recent past, you took a leap of faith towards something you felt certain was your wish fulfillment. And you ended up with a sense of loss and regret when things didn't come together or stay together the way that you had hoped or anticipated, okay? So we couldn't change these three cards if we wanted to. It's already happened, okay? But this is what your backstory is going into this reading. So however this worked out is what's affecting the rest of the reading, right? All right. There we go. So now we're in the current, okay? So currently I have you with the Three of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. The King of Wands, I believe, to be the significant other in this dynamic, okay? Male or female, doesn't matter, but it's whoever's in masculine energy is who's in the King of Wands. And then I believe for most of you that it is you that is in the Queen of Cups, okay? Your card anyway. So, there you go. All right, Queen of Cups. So that's somebody who's incredibly intuitive. They're, a lot of them are psychic all the way around, They are very maternal, very nurturing, very loving. They're also very empathetic, sometimes or oftentimes to their detriment. They have a tendency to try to understand where people are coming from when they do them wrong or whatever. They try to see it from their point of view and get a better grasp on what's happening. Oftentimes they end up excusing other people's bad behavior when they shouldn't. So it can be a problem at times. The other card we have in this line, so your current situation, is the Three of Swords, which tells me that right this second, you two are having issues at the very least, and for a lot of you, I feel like you're in separation. The Three of Swords is here because of the heartbreak. This has definitely taken some heartbreaking turns, it feels like. Yeah. All right, so that's where you're at currently. Where are we going in the future? So in the near future, I've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Star. So despite whatever has happened here, up until now or whatever, in the near future, you are still, with the Star card, you are still holding on to hope and faith. You are still, in this. For some of you, it could be that you are dealing with an Aquarius. It's possible. At any rate, you're coming through here as the Empress. So you are all that in a bag of chips, okay? You're all the queens rolled into one. With the Wheel of Fortune, no matter how this might feel, what it's saying is that this is all part of a bigger plan. That this is actually the Wheel of Fortune spinning in your favor, although I'm sure at times it does not feel like it, right? There must be lessons that you signed up to learn here with this person or something, and so that is what is happening, is what I feel like. There we go. So what do I have behind the Four of Wands? We've got the Moon and the Page of Pentacles. All right, with the Moon here, it is saying that there's things here you aren't seeing clearly. Either you don't want to see them, which happens to all of us sometimes, or possibly there's somebody working quite diligently to make sure that you don't see certain things, right? Whatever the case is, it feels as though those things are starting to bubble to the surface, so you will see them or know them here soon. With the Page of Pentacles, it feels like once you do get a grasp on whatever this is that the Moon, that's being hidden in the Moon card, whenever it comes to the surface, it looks as though maybe you are going to try to build a new foundation. I think you're going to have to build this foundation on your own, but that doesn't mean that you'll stay on your own, you know. The hope, I'm sure, with the Star card down here, the hope is that this person's going to come around to be able to join you on that foundation, but that's to be seen, right? What do I have? The Three of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. This is the second three I've got out here. With the Three of Wands, you're trying to look towards your future. With the Seven of Pentacles, you are feeling cautious right now. I think at one time you were 100% invested into this situation, and currently you're not sure if that is the amount you should continue to invest. So you are somewhat cautious with how much you want to invest here. With the Page of Cups, there is definitely a sense of immaturity and possibly unrealistic expectations being put on this situation. The 2 threes could mean there's some sort of a third-party interference or something here. Let me see what we get for the days of the week, and if we have time, we'll come back to it. So what do you got? For Monday, you've got the Three of Cups. There's another 3, and the 8 of Wands. So with the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Wands, there's some kind of communication coming towards you on Monday. Possibly what's been held in the Moon is the fact that there is a third party of some sort. And that is the information it looks like you could be gaining on Monday. On Tuesday, I have the 2 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, you're all up in your head and stressed out over the fact that somebody's juggling. There's a total lack of balance within this situation right now. All right, Wednesday, I have the 6 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. Now you're all up in your head on Wednesday because other people know, and you're not sure who knows. So it's got you questioning, you know, which people are your friends, which people aren't, which people are loyal to you, which people aren't, who's known all along, who hasn't, whatever. This feels messy. It does. All right, what do I got for Thursday? Thursday, I've got the 4 of Pentacles and Temperance. Doesn't matter how messy it feels, though. You're not giving up. 4 of Pentacles. I think I had this reading for you a couple weeks ago, same kind of thing. You are not giving up. You have made your mind up. You're going to get this, and that is what you are here to do. You have the patience to stick it out, and that is what you intend to do, is stick this out. It's possible. It could be with a Sagittarius. It's a possibility here. I got Sagittarius and Aquarius, Taurus, right? Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to back out of this. Let me see. Let me get 3 more. I've got the Knight of Cups. Now I've got the 3 of Pentacles. So I got all 3 threes, and this 3 is next to the Tower. There is definitely one extra person involved in this dynamic. Okay? There are 3 people in this dynamic at the least, for sure. And that is what the problem is, I'm sure. Okay, the Tower. The Tower looks like it is going to have to fall with the Knight of Cups. I get the feeling you're going to try to rush in and save it, you know, try to hold up the tower, not let it fall, something. It's a waste of time, I believe. This tower's got to fall because something new has to be built in that spot, you know. Even if what you're building is with this person, it needs to be rebuilt differently because what you have here is chaos and toxic, it looks like. But with your determination, you will get this thing built right, Scorpio, okay? That's what I see. That is your reading for this week, okay? Alrighty, thanks a lot, you guys. I will be back next week with another one. I'll be back on Wednesday with the bonus reading, and I'm here every morning for the daily energy check-ins. If y'all want to check those out, they're kind of fun. There you go. Thanks for everything. Take care.